Hello, welcome to this video on how to make 7-color rainbow rice. The ingredients is in the description, but not much needed for this dish. We just need rice, food coloring, oil, and some salt. Let's start by washing our rice. Repeat the washing until the water gets nice and clear. After we have washed our rice and the water is now nice and clear, we can set the rice to the side and leave it to soak in the water for 3 to 4 hours. This way, the rice will pre-absorb some water, which helps with the cooking process. Now that the rice has been soaked in the water for 3 to 4 hours, we can prepare our pot to boil the rice. Place the pot on the stove on high to get the water to boiling temperature. Add 3 tablespoons of salt to the water, or if you are preparing a larger amount of rice, you can add more salt as you need. Remove the cold water from the rice we set aside for soaking. Transfer the rice to the boiling water. Boil the rice in the water for 10 to 15 minutes or until it softens. It shouldn't take too long. Don't boil for too long, as it will cause the rice to get too soft. Also, add a 1/4 cup of oil to the water as it helps with keeping the rice grains from sticking together during boiling. Now that we have let the rice boil for about 10 to 15 minutes, we can check to see if the rice has softened enough, which it has, so that's enough boiling. Let's drain the water out in a strainer. We can leave the rice aside for now. Now for the fun part. You can find this food coloring package at your local grocery store. Get the one that shows you how to mix the colors to get the desired colors you want. Let's start with the color red. No mixing needed for this one. Just add some red food coloring until you get the desired red color. Add some water with the food coloring so we have a good amount of fluid in our bowl. You can refer back to the package of the food coloring for the colors that require mixing. In our case, for orange, we have to mix 30 drops of yellow with 1 drop of red to get the color orange. 30 drops of yellow. And 1 drop of red. Add some water to the coloring and mix it all together. Same thing as red, we don't need to mix for yellow. Just add some yellow coloring. Don't forget to add some water. Same thing for green, no mixing of the colors. Pretty straightforward, right? Just add the green color to your bowl with some water. Now we are going to make blue. Just add a couple of drops of the blue food coloring. Add some water and mix. We will use this mixture to create light blue as well by just separating some of the mixture into another bowl and adding water to dilute the color so we get a lighter blue. Now let's make purple. For this one, add 2 drops of red and 1 drop of blue. Add some water and mix. Great, we have all our colors ready. Now let's grab the rice we set aside so we can get to mixing our coloring with the rice. Get a generous amount of rice so we can mix it in our red bowl to get the first color done. Continue this with all the bowls of color. Make sure you mix it until the color mixes evenly throughout the rice. Now, for the light blue color, as mentioned before, you can just separate some of the fluid from our blue bowl we created and add more water to dilute the color to attain a lighter blue. Nice, everything is coming along very colorful. Now, let's transfer our colored bowls of rice into separate pots, or you can put them all in one big pot too, however you like. But before you transfer it, don't forget to drain the excess coloring fluid from the bowls so it doesn't make a mess and puddle up at the bottom of the pot. If you're going to use one big pot for multiple colors, obviously, keep the colored rice separate from each other unless you decide to mix it all together. Get your pots on the stove and add a tablespoon of oil and spread it over the rice. Set the temperature to high at first to get the pot hot, then bring the temperature down lower to let it simmer and steam. Make sure you don't burn the rice. We like to cover our pots with a cloth, then place the lid on top so we get a better seal so the steam stays inside the pot. We can do the same process with our excess remainder of rice to prepare it. After letting our rice simmer on the stove for 20 to 30 minutes so it can steam up and fully cook, we can transfer our rice onto the plate now. I like to start with the non-colored rice on the bottom. Now we can get our colored rice and get to decorating. You can get creative here and arrange your colored rice however you like. I just decided to follow the colors of a rainbow, but you can do it your way too. And voila! Here it is! Cool, I know, it looks pretty! You can also just get crazy and mix it all up. Don't forget to subscribe, it helps me a lot.